Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Serious Strategy Game and we're returning to a Let's Play of Mongolia, playing as the Mad Baron. Expanding Mongolia pretty nicely, I would say, at this point. But we are trying to conquer Alash so that we have a better springboard against the Soviet Union, or Soviet Republic, I should say, which is currently extremely successful in Europe, although they are being kicked a little bit back in their rear over here in Transmur. We want to support that. We are, of course, playing as the Mad Baron, one of the Russian aristocrats who went into Mongolia in between the wars, or basically during the Civil War. So let's see whether we can do that a little bit more successfully than he did historically. Ooh, look at this over here. I think this might be a very nice chance to just fall in their back over there. I know this is not supposed to be the domain of the Red Army, or of the Red Group over here, the Red Army of course. But let's try to bring you up anyway. We are sending up a couple of forces that way as well. And you know what? Let's actually bring you in with strategic movement over there. We have bobbed a couple of guys over here, so that's why there's a little bit of a backlog of units just streaming forwards. But hopefully that should be okay. Okay, we are now being flanked over there. That's not great. But I do think it is important to just conquer this area over here. And that would be very lovely indeed. You know what? Let's bring you into there. And then maybe this way so that you can just fall into the rear there. That should be very lovely. It also does give us, of course, access to that victory point. We do struggle a little bit with our... You know what, could you actually maybe just come up this way? We are struggling a little bit with our supply situation. It's not great, but what can you do? Okay, so you're attacking into our flank here, which is interesting. We are sending a couple of forces here. You know what, let's bring you there as well. And as these forces are streaming forwards, I think they... Ooh, don't you actually have a... doesn't seem like you have an offensive line. It should be something like this. You should actually execute that. Right, we are being attacked over here. We've got this gentleman. You know what, let's try to get the victory point. And let's sort of come up into their rear there. Right, you are attacking here. All of this area is, of course, very, very, very much frozen. Which is not great, but, well, so be it. Okay, let's try to get that victory point. At least one of you should potentially make it over here. I think that's fine. Yeah, and we're doing good stuff over there. We have Research Recon Company now. That's actually fairly fantastic. Okay, you're coming in there, that's fine. Let's have you guys come up just directly towards there. That's okay too. You're making your way there, that's okay. You guys, let's just wait a second here and then, okay, that's alright then. Yeah, so Recon Company 1. So we could go for Recon Company 2. I'm mostly into this because of the movement bonus. Not so much due to the Recon bonus itself, but you know what? I think that might be alright too. Also interesting to research support infantry equipment though, so I think this is slightly more important, so let's start with this. And then what we can do though is have a look at our units. So, recruit and deploy. If we were to edit this and give you a Recon Company, how much support equipment would that use? A little bit, but not like everything that we have. So honestly, that's fine. We should keep in mind we are also producing 20, so that will change that by another 200. That can't be. 76? 200? Yeah, you know what? That's fine. That's perfectly fine. And it will give us a nice bonus here to movement pretty much everywhere. So yeah, I'm fairly happy with this. Thinking about this, could we do this? It would give us nice movement bonus in certain circumstances and of course much more defense. Defense isn't that important, but we could think about doing engineers at some point. Right, we are lacking a little bit of infantry equipment, but I think it's mostly due to the fact that we are producing... No, it's actually a little bit due to both. Well, in that case, let's actually shift these things around a little bit. And I think that's going to be alright. Good. Right. Let's continue to have an eye on things down here. You're not doing anything. Let's get over there. You're bombing these guys. They are struggling a little bit over here, I think. Yeah. But we are mostly overrunning them, so that is perfectly fine and lovely to see. You're getting 2 wards per Skov and doing some other things there. You know what, let's try to do an all-out attack over here on this entire front line. I think that should be perfectly good. Right, and you know what? You are going to come up behind them over there. And you're going to actually support that mission. You're grabbing that? Right, yeah, so that's lovely. Good, 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 good. Right. Blue units are coming up via strategic redeployment, so that's good to see. It's going to take a while there to do that, but you know what? We can already, I think, ask you to advance whenever you can. So that'd be perfectly lovely. And you know what? You're going to do that as well. Perfectly fine there. Good. Right. Okay, we are meeting some resistance here in their rear. Let's try to... Ooh, that's a river crossing. It's not ideal. But, yeah, let's try to do that anyway. I think it would be nice to just reduce their perimeter there a little bit. Okay, you guys, try to get towards over here. Or you know what, actually, let's try to come up the river there, cutting them off from any sort of retreat over there. That'd be lovely. Good. Good stuff over there. All of our front lines are starting to look a little bit weird. Okay, you are doing this. That's fine. You'll be able to get him there. Otherwise, you'll be able to cover this area. That's good. Auto saving. Come on. There we go. You guys do support this attack at least. Yeah, there we go. Fine, fantastic, lovely. You're getting the capital there. That's good as well. Try to get the victory point. Yeah, I think they're going to collapse soon. Right, yeah. I mean, the front line they have is still holding out, but other than that, it seems like they're not really doing that much. Right, you don't really need to come down there, I think. Right, Kishiva, or Kifa, or however you pronounce that, I really don't know. Right, let's get you towards Uralsk. Okay, we are defending over there. I think that's okay. Yeah, we are coming up into these mountains as well. You guys are grabbing that, so that should all just be, yeah, dealt with fairly quickly. Right, let's grab that area as well. There we go. Lovely approach over here. Just able to really go into their rear here. That I very much enjoy. That sounded differently than I expected, honestly. Right, let's see. Good. Okay, yeah. Again, let's try to make our way so that we are cutting off all of their things, all of their victory points. Big movement over here, big push there. Yeah, that's nice. Good. You're coming up there, that's okay. Let's try to get towards the coast just to be there. No particular reason, but I think it's strategically a nice thought to do that. Right, you guys can also just try to come up down here. You can sort of go this way, and I think that's going to be alright. You know what, one of you might come up there, and then there. Yeah, good. Very nice indeed. You are making your way. Fall of Madrid. Ooh. Are that the Syndicalists? No. It's the Carlists. Okay. I would very much dislike if the Syndicalists were to gain more power here. They are very powerful already. Fort Alexander Dovsiesk, or however... Oh, we are being pushed back over there. Well, that's interesting. Right, but all in all, I think we are doing fine over here. That's only a question of time. Specifically with these guys advancing onto these victory points, I think that's pretty much all they have. I don't think there's anything down here. Brazil has capitulated against the Syndicalists, so no good there. You guys try to fight off these guys. While you are coming up there, hopefully grabbing that province, so that should be nice. You're still advancing up there. Sometimes your units do, of course, stop just randomly, which is never a great thing. Right, there we go. You've conquered that. Let's get you up there. Right. Perfect. Okay, we are being kicked back over here. Nope, we have reinforced that in time. So that's lovely to see. And yeah, I think soon they're going to surrender, and at that point we're going to get all of their weapon stocks. Let's take a second here. We're at minus 10,000. That's not good. But let's see how that is going to change in a minute over here, as we are hopefully going to win that war. There we go. And of course we are just going to take all states. And turn. Done. Fairly lovely. Okay, more military factories is of course very much appreciated. Yeah, let's just pour them into infantry equipment, I think. Yeah, we do have enough support equipment. We're a little bit shy on artillery at this point, but I think that's soon gonna change. Let's see how much stuff we have captured. So about 3,000 infantry equipment, that's not great. A little bit of artillery, that's good. We do have motorized equipment, and we do have some other stuff now, including tanks. We never really wanted to go for tanks, but I guess that's fine. So we are short 5,000 there. I think it's okay. We are, producing more than enough for our training purposes. Where's production? There it is. Yeah, we are producing 200 a day. I think that's perfectly fine. We are producing also a little bit of artillery. Maybe not as much as I would like to see. But you know what, that's fine. Let's do it this way, I think. Yeah, that's good. Right, we do have to decide what we are going to do with these guys. And we are, of course, going to integrate them. Divide, partition, establish, do nothing. No. We are going to occupy them. Of course, it does reduce our stability, which is never great. But you know what? I think I can live with that. Good. Right, so that does leave our army unoccupied, and we don't want to have a lazy army. So, Mongolia is looking fairly nice at this point. We do have how many divisions? Well, we should keep in mind that our divisions are not really full-blown divisions. They are more or less half divisions. Still, Russia has 150. Do we want to capture anything before that? There's the Shaanxi clique, which does have a couple of divisions, a couple of military factories. You could potentially have a lot of military equipment, including infantry equipment. But it's all mountains. I really dislike the idea of trying to fight through here. Also, they have forts. Yeah, level 3, mountains. I very much dislike the idea. How about the Yunnan clique? You have very little in terms of factories, a couple of provinces, a couple of divisions, really not that much. You guys down here, you have got a lot, both in terms of divisions and military factory. So, but again, the territory just doesn't look like it would be doing great for our cavalry. Your victory points are fairly spread out, so I don't think it's well. Yeah, no, it's. We could try to break through down here. This is good terrain. Then get into here. Capture a harbor. 10 victory points. Another 2, 14. But yeah, that does leave... no, we do need to get Nanjing. And we'll be fighting, of course, against these guys. These guys could surrender fairly quickly, I think, once we capture these 2 areas. But... Are you still at war? I wonder? Yes, you are. Against the left Kuomintang. Are you... You guys are the Yunnan clique. No, well... We've got the Indo-Chinese Union. How you guys doing? A bit so-so, and it's not really that beneficial to us. Let's briefly check our trade situation. Yeah, I don't think we need the steel anymore from the Germans, so thank you very much. Neither do we need the tungsten. So that's cool. Nor the aluminium. There we go. So yeah, we're not short on any specific resources, maybe military factories. But yeah. So I think that's a no-no. Persia, I think, is a puppet state of the Ottoman Empire. It is. Afghanistan, again, not the greatest terrain. Very little in terms of loot. So yeah, honestly, I think the Soviet Union might be actually the next best target over here. They are, of course, at war already. And that would also put us into war against their allies, which is Norway, France, Great Britain, these South American states. A couple of island states over there. But yeah, not that much else really. Okay, so yeah, let's start then on the justification of a war goal. Take claimed states. Don't really care about which one. Oh, all of them. How curious, it does change things. Well, it's only going to take 20 days, so in that case, well, I think what we can do is just get ourselves ready, and then just immediately start the declaration of war, or the process for that. Justification, I should say. So let's see what else we want to get before that. Now, in terms of this stuff, this here would be nice. Cavalry attack 5%, division recovery rate plus 10%, but it would reduce our stability by 8% and another 5%, so that I really would dislike. So I think that's a little bit of a no. Stability plus 5% would be great. Does also give us a little bit of war support, although we are very high on that anyway, plus 8%. And this doesn't really do that much for us directly. Infrastructure. I think we would like to get the bonus for infantry weapons at some point. We could think about trying to get more recruitable population. Not the worst idea. Does of course reduce our population, our stability. But in the long term, I think that might be a good idea. Yeah, but let's try to convert these guys into divisions first, and then I think we are going to be fine. Right, so I think our plan for war against the Soviets, we might just want to wait until we are in the summer. It is currently winter, of course, and winter in Russia is not an ideal fighting ground. Could try to do something over here. Oh, by the way, did I not just want to check whether I can also give you engineers? No, engineers apparently do need a lot more in terms of support equipment. What would it give us though? It would give us better fort attack, doesn't matter that much. River movement is nice. Amphibious attack is not meaningful. Forest movement 5%. None of that is critical. It would also give us a little bit more defense. We do have more than enough defense already. It's only half of our soft attack. Soft attack, no, honestly I think organizational loss is not that great either. Reliability doesn't matter that much for us as well. Supply use, organization. Honestly, I'm not convinced that that is a good call for us. I think we are much better off just training more units over here. And just pouring resources into this. How are we looking? We are at minus 7,000. You know what? That does mean I should probably prioritize the training of these units. At least one division, I think, one further round of this. We are gonna provide resources for that. Yeah, I think that's gonna be alright, so that we are pouring the resources into there. And then, I mean, 7,000 units, how much are we producing per day? 200, so that's not that long. It's like 35 days. It's basically a month. So yeah, no, I think we are better off just accelerating our training. Yeah, perfectly fine. Good. So, nevertheless, our war plan would probably indicate a broad advance into the sort of soft underbelly of Russia over here. I do want to not completely ignore the entire front line over here, but specifically what we might want to try is to cut off sort of in this vicinity, so that the front line they have with Japan is collapsing a little bit. So yeah, I think what we're going to do then is grab the third army over here, allocate you a front line that goes basically like this. For now these are only 9 guys, but you know what, let's make it this a spearhead movement. Okay, that's probably not possible. Like there. What's going on? Why can I not do this? Is this sort of unmovable terrain? Yes, okay. So we only have to go here. Wonder whether that will cut them off from supply though. Yeah, I think going here is nice. This is sort of the impassable terrain. And we are going to reduce the front line here a little bit so that you're a little bit more focused on what you need to do. And we do need to be mindful that this is our capital and I don't really want to lose that. So that's the blue guys. The red guys over here, our main army, so to say. I think your job is very much to be focused on this area over here and a drive towards Moscow. Yeah, looks reasonable to me. And then these guys, basically our secondary army. I think your job is going to be starting over here as well, sort of in this direction, and coming up north towards this way over here. Yeah, that does look very reasonable to me. The green guys, I think your job could be to advance on a very broad front over here, try to cut off anything over here, and then circle around back towards our capital, as I think the threat over there will materialize. So yeah, your job is going to be to cut into Russian proper over here, and I think that's alright. Very good, yeah. And that does mean I can probably take about half of you guys and assign you towards this front, which should be fine. Let's see whether everyone is going to go by rail. I don't want people to move too much via non-rail, basically. Okay, you guys are all waiting until you're getting in there. That's okay. Let's make sure that we are constructing decent stuff. Specifically, let's look at not resources, supply. So supply is flowing through here. Okay, that's just generally just one big area. Okay, that's alright then. And let's make sure to increase our logistics centers here a little bit. I think a 4 everywhere would be perfectly acceptable to me. Yeah, that's alright. It's gonna take a while, but we do have until the summer, I think. Winter offensive really just doesn't... I mean, these guys are really, really unoccupied for now, so still might be a good choice. Okay, you guys are moving up to there. Ooh, rarely does news come out of Tibet, especially positive news. The papers are reporting that a child of less than 2 has been found in the Tibetan garden Pudong and ordained as the next Dalai Lama. This 14th Dalai Lama comes after a tumultuous regency following the previous Dalai Lama's death that saw a number of high-ranking Tibetan officials expelled. The journey the members of the Ganden Pudong undertook, including lurid details of the danger and the other children of the garden, sought out, only to find them dead or missing. Thrilling story. Well, well, well. Okay, at least some of these red guys are now moving into there. But yeah, I still think that is counting as low supplies over here. So you know what? Let's actually shift this up a little bit over towards this province only, so that you're a little bit more focused on the supply issue there. And hopefully that does allow you to move up into here. Okay, let's try to manually move you there. Seems like a lot of you are now moving. Not all of them, mind you, but at least some. Okay, you're coming up over there. That's good as well. And the blue guys are getting there. And there's a big, big sandstorm in Western Mongolia. Okay, you guys are ready. You're not suffering from any specific low organization there, it seems. So yeah, let's try to get you over here as well. And hopefully that should be enough to deal with that. Right, blue guys, you're moving up there. Lovely. Militarist propaganda done. Nice. Let's try to get... train our officers, army experience into radio technology. Recruitment. Infantry research I don't really think is that important. Stability would be extremely important. We stand alone. We're getting a couple of military factories. One military factory is really a little bit of infrastructure. And a land fortification. We are getting some infrastructure here as well. Infrastructure wouldn't be the worst. Let's build that up. I'm slightly concerned about our supply situation. Might have the most immediate effect for us. You guys are still going there. Interesting. Okay, how are we doing in terms of recruitment and in terms of our production? Yeah, I think this is neatly coming along now. Honestly, I think we might actually change this here to being infinite again. Yeah, we still need 2,000, but we are more or less... yeah, all of you guys are actively being recruited there, so that's lovely to see. Right, and can we actually shift you? Yes, we can send 12 there, 5 there, 3 there. I think that's more or less fine. Good. All of you guys are getting into position. Even you, no one is complaining about their lack of organization or anything like that, so that's lovely too. Yeah, and you're all moving sort of in different directions there. Yeah, so let's wait until the summer comes along. Let's do keep an eye on the Russian situation. So there's a lot of fighting there in Norway. There's a bit of fighting here, of course. How's Germany doing? I think they're being pushed out of France. Yeah, it does look like they are back to Belgium at least. There's another landing of the French over there and some stuff down here. Doesn't seem to be too successful. India fighting in Norway over there. Couple of naval battles up here. Syndicalists are pressing forward. So again, we just might start this very soon. I think we might actually start this over here in February. It's not ideal, but what can we do? You're a little bit acclimated to that. I mean, division speed negative modifiers are very, very bad for us, obviously. Since that does indicate that they will probably be able to send forces our way, and just our surprise value here is not going to be as high as I would maybe like to see. Okay, you guys have all more or less trained up now. I think you need very little in terms of infantry equipment. So you know what we're going to do is we're going to wait for this here to be supplied, and at that point we're going to deprioritize that. Of course, it's not going to be important because all of these guys are just now training up. How long will it take for you to train up? March. End of March. Okay, that I think is when we will kick it off. End of March should be perfectly lovely. At that point we will have some reserves of infantry equipment, and of course it's nice to modernize our infantry equipment as well, because this is a model A of stuff that we have brought from or have conquered from various jurisdictions. You should see that now as it's being replaced. Indeed, yeah, you can see just how many different types of infantry equipment we have. This list is probably gonna get a lot longer there, but yeah, we do need to modernize stuff as well. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, and I think at around 30th of March or so, yeah, 5th or 15th of April, I think that's a good time to start. Oh, it's also nice to get the research here in terms of artillery. Could go for the next level of artillery there. We are researching this is fine. It would be good, yeah, so either Recon Company 2, which would give us a little bit more recon. Improved artillery, we'd only be able to modernize, so on the other hand we might then go for this, which would give us flat out bonus. I think Schwerpunkt 430 days. Why is that so long? Yeah, because we have very difficult modifiers here, and it's just a very long research. Right, so yeah, no, that's pretty much a no. I don't think any of this is going to be relevant for us. I mean, mechanical computing would be nice, but are we going to be benefiting from that? Probably not. You know what, artillery is probably our safest stake here for... No, Recon Company 2 is going to be the best for a short-term benefit. I think with war, with the Soviets at our doorstep, I think we very much need to go for short-term benefits. I think that's perfectly fine. Good. You're researching that, and I think after that we do probably want to go for land doctrine research at some point, so that we are getting a huge bonus for that, and that should be nice. Yeah, I think that's probably going to be the next thing that we're going to do. And even this here wouldn't be that bad either, so that we are getting some recon at some point, and then infantry equipment is also very, very nice. Don't think we need the civilian infrastructure that badly. We do have, at this point, because we've conquered so much, we do have a lot of stuff here as is, so that's nice. Princely Federation Wars are next. Interesting. So we've got a new Indian faction down here. What are you exactly? Social conservatives, basically. Interesting. How's Dominion of India doing there? That's okay. Yeah, Germany is having a lot of troubles over here, although we are seeing a slimmer of the Kingdom of Ukraine being restored, and a little bit of White Ruthenia as well. So for the very first time we're seeing the Russians being pushed back. On the other hand, the Union States of America is looking pretty bad down there as well. So yeah, not that great either. It's the middle of March now, so very soon we're going to get all of these guys. Oh, look at this. The provinces down here are muddy. Division speed -50. I think we definitely want to wait out the spring mud. and then start. Potentially we should have started maybe in winter. I don't know. I mean, we are getting a lot of benefit from having more units. It's 20 more divisions, so that's a very significant amount. And yeah, due to the fact that we have sent them with low equipment priority, the next round of these guys here is going to be extremely under-equipped, but that's fine because we do need to make sure that our guys are being equipped properly. Yeah, there we go. So, 13 divisions. I think basically, well, let's send half of you to you. Of the rest, I'm going to grab 3, which are going to be assigned to you. And then of these 3, yeah, I think it's going to assign them to you. It's fine. We are going to see more guys coming in now. There we go. 1 guy, you. Can we actually set you to be deployed somewhere else? Maybe a little bit more like here. Yeah. 5 more divisions that are soon going to come into play. You're lacking a lot of equipment there. You have very low manpower. That's okay. Unassigned divisions though. You. And then recruit and deploy over here. So that you can be immediately assigned towards the right one. How's the stuff looking here? This is still frozen shot, I think. And over here? Still muddy. Yeah, this needs to go. This just can't be. Can't advance into muddy terrain. Well, we could, technically, but it would just take too long. Over here, I don't mind that much, but we do need to make sure that we're doing this effectively over there. Okay, you're part of this now. How are we looking? 2 more divisions. That's perfectly fine. That does match up very nicely, in fact, so that's lovely to see. And I think that does mean we can just add this to be 24 divisions in total. Come on, you should do this. Okay, so more civil war in India. I suppose that's fine. Oh, there's the Soviet division there. Right, but you guys are all doing... some of you are low in terms of... Yeah, some of you guys probably just due to the fact that we added recon companies. You know what? You guys can train up here for a second while we're waiting for the mod to clear. So that you guys are doing fine. That should only take a couple of days. It's of course going to use a bit of our infantry equipment, but you know what? That's perfectly fine, I think. Right, let's assign you to towards this. And you basically are all done. Let's wait for you here. We do have some command power as well. Sorry, some army experience. Collapse of the Union. Yeah, there we go. Okay, fine. Okay, you're fine training up. Infantry equipment. New deployment 2000 reinforcements. Huh. No, okay. Yeah, that just took a while there to translate. Okay. Shortage will only last 15 days. I think that's perfectly fine. Yeah. How's the landscape looking here? Raining, but rain is not too bad. Yeah, I think we are fine. We're ready to go. Yeah, there's a little bit of mod there. But not that much. So, May. 6th of May, 1940. I think it's going to be the day. Oh, no, can't be the day. We actually need to start justifying here. Take all claimed states. 15 days. Right, there we go. Guys, looking very much forward to seeing you next time. So, I'm very excited. Is that a good idea, Mongolia attacking the Soviet Republic? Let's find out. Very excited. See you guys around next time. Do leave a like and all of that. Bye bye.